he went out and told the lady that he had picked $1,000 cash and that we had to take him down to get a cashier's check, and we took him in the executive limo. So she was okay with that. I was surprised.
Well, they say they set up this thing because it was safer for the suspects to come to them than to have to track each person down.
Crime not only doesn't pay, criminals are stupid.
Really, really stupid.
Well, Shay's joining us tonight to give us a look at what's happening for the weekend. Shay?
Well, right now our conditions are fairly decent. It's dry. We do have quite a bit of cloud cover, and our temperature is 76 at the airport. Our winds are coming out of the southeast, and our moisture that's going to be building in is coming from the southwest. So that's what we want to keep an eye on. Right now, we're not seeing any rain hitting the ground, but we do have some moisture over Lake Michigan. That's going to miss us tonight, but the moisture that's building to the southwest will begin to build in tomorrow afternoon and evening. At least for the remainder of this evening, we'll see a mixture of partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy skies by morning. Temperatures will be anywhere in the middle 60s as we start the day. You may get lucky and see a little sunshine early, but through the day tomorrow we're going to see plenty of cloud cover and a chance for some showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures are going to be near 80 degrees, and here in the 5-day forecast, the best chance for rain is going to come late in the day Friday, overnight, and then early Saturday. Looks like the remainder of the weekend is going to be intact. It's going to be dry and temperatures near 80 to 85 degrees.
Sounding pretty good. Okay, thanks, Shay. And there's more news coming up at the top of the hour.
I'm Stephen Clark, live at the Democratic National Convention in Boston. We will hear what John Edwards had to say to the members of the Michigan delegation today, and we'll hear what the delegation wants to hear from John Kerry tonight. That's coming up on Action News at 6.
When it comes to landscape supplies, there's only one word to know.
Angelo's.
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 Angelo's Landscape Supplies, the area's largest landscape supplier, is serving up savings to make your backyard dreams come true. Angelo's has it all. The largest selection of brick pavers and boulders. Looking for mulch or topsoil? Look no further than Angelo's Landscape Supplies. The summer sale is on today, and Angelo's will never be undersold. For landscape supplies, there's only one word to remember.
Angelo's.
Are you retired or about to retire? Then you need to listen to this important message.
I'm Richard David James, President of Financial Services of America. 20 years ago, I made a commitment to help retirees protect their retirement savings. My firm conducts educational seminars on how to reduce risk, taxes, and fees that affect your retirement savings. So take the time to learn what you can do today.
To reserve your seat at our upcoming seminar, call 1-800-977-9292 for a time and date in your area.
With regular email, LOL stands for what? Lisa.
Laughing out loud.
Sad, isn't it? 3 letters can't capture laughter. The Comcast video mail can. Our world is vibrant and full of life. And now, so's our email. Wow.
Introducing Video Mail, only on Comcast high-speed internet. Call now for this great offer.
On the hunt for the perfect
Subject overwhelmed, job and kids, hotter switch thinner than a Russian ruble.
She needs her own envoy.
Specifically, show me Jim Crosley's 24-month GMC Envoy lease for only $159 per month. At 16.5 Mile in Gratiot.
At A&W, we're out to make the most incredibly big, great-tasting burgers. Right now, get one huge, juicy, 1/3 pound deluxe double cheeseburger for just $1.99. That's right, only $1.99. At A&W, we're winning people over by beating every challenge.
Gibraltar Trade Center features 2 great shows this weekend. Explore hundreds of unique shops while shopping the Gun and Knife Show in Taylor and our computer show in Mount Clemens.
The best cell phone calling plan for you, Friday at 6.
You're watching WXYZ 7. Now, Action News at 6.
Gaping holes in the ceiling, broken floors, and extensive water damage. This home is trashed, and the homeowner says it all started when he tried to do someone a favor.
And tonight, an impressive and deliberate show of force. John Kerry takes center stage here at the Democratic National Convention, and the host city of Boston wants to make sure no one interrupts him tonight. Good evening from the Democratic National Convention in Boston. I'm Stephen Clark.
And I'm Diana Lewis. Thanks so much for joining us. I will have our top local story in just a moment, but first, Let's check in with my partner, Stephen Clark, the only local reporter at the Democratic National Convention. Stephen.
Diana, we're only a couple of hours away now from the moment everybody has been waiting for, the moment when John Kerry takes that center stage behind me and speaks. It will be a completely unedited, unfiltered look at John Kerry for America. A lot of people who have not seen him that way. At 5 o'clock this evening, we showed you how John Edwards, the other man on the ticket, had visited the Michigan delegation today to get them riled up here for today's speech, for tonight's speech. Well, we saw him talking to some of the members of the Michigan delegation. Now we're going to hear what it was he said to them and what the Michigan delegation wants to hear tonight from John Kerry. John Kerry spent the morning carefully examining the stage and the podium where he'll deliver the biggest speech of his life tonight.
How are you, Senator? How are we doing?
Meanwhile, his vice presidential pick was working the rope line at the Michigan delegation breakfast, stirring up the delegates like Elvis leaving the building.
That was great. Incredible. Remember it for the rest of my life.
What'd you guys talk about?
Just shook his head and hand and said, thank you for everything. Thank you for all that you've done.
Marie-Christine Loix of Bay City will always have a hug with Edwards to remember. Southfield Mayor Brenda Lawrence even held a short but chaotic conversation.
And told him that I was on board, and he recognized that Michigan is a very important state and said we need all the help that you can give us, and we can do this.
Edwards was added to the Kerry ticket to provide balance, energy, and enthusiasm to Kerry's seriousness. So while Edwards talks about hope,
they want to feel hope. They want to feel optimistic again. Well, that's what we're going to get when John Kerry is President of the United States. With your help, all of your help, we need you. Work, organize, join us in this cause. Let's build a country where tomorrow is once again better than today.
John Kerry tonight will talk about how he wants to help America.
I expect to hear his plan for what he's going to do for us. And I expect it to be more jobs and better education and just an overall better, united America.
One thing we are going to see tonight is a 9-minute film on John Kerry's life. Steven Spielberg was the consultant on that film. Morgan Freeman is the narrator. You might remember that it was in 1992 that Bill Clinton was launched to the very top of that race for president when a film called The Man from Hope was shown, and he spoke to the nation. So there are a lot of expectations coming after tonight's film and speech by John Kerry. Diana?
All right, thank you very much, Stephen. Now to our top local story. An act of kindness turned into a disaster for one homeowner. He let a neighbor use his garage, and the next thing he knew, his house was trashed. Action News reporter Ray Saya has the story. Ray?
Diana, imagine if someone sneaks into your empty summer cottage without paying rent and says, I'm not leaving. And when he does finally leave, your house somehow ends up trashed. Well, that's what happened to a St. Clair County man after a good deed gone bad. Hal Stickney's summer cottage is a wreck.
Basically, the house is totaled.
The ceiling is shot.
It just fell out.
The kitchen is cracked.
Look at that thing. Right through that floor.
And the house itself is sinking.
This whole house is tipping over. It's ready to fall over.
All this because Hal made the mistake of helping the wrong guy.
This is the first time that I've really gotten burned by helping somebody.
The person Hal regrets helping is Dave Allard, a big burly guy who rented the house next door to Hal's lakefront cottage in Ira Township.
The neighbors around here call him Bigfoot, because the guy's like 6'6" and probably about 240 pounds.
Last winter, Bigfoot needed a big favor. He had to move out of his rental, so he asked Hal if he could use his garage to store some of his furniture until he found a place to live.
I said, yeah, no problem.
But just a couple of days later, there was a problem. It turns out Bigfoot decided to set foot in Hal's house.
This guy, he moved all my stuff out of the house, put it in the garage, put his stuff in the house, and he moved in.
All right, Bigfoot was now living in Hal's cottage, and Hal asked the obvious. What are you doing living in my house?
We're not communicating here. You cannot live in my house.
Dave Allard said, all right, Hal, give me a couple of days, and I'll move out.
He's always got a new story.
But Hal says when he came back to check on his summer cottage again, Allard was not only still living there.
It was unbelievable.
He'd cranked up the heat.
He had my heat up to 85 degrees.
Plugged in a phone and hooked up cable.
Now they're sitting around the living room watching cable.
All right, at this point, Hal's getting a little frustrated. He's got a stranger living in his house, and he's not going to move. So Hal decides to get a little tough.
I said, look, you got until tomorrow at 6 o'clock to get all your crap out of my house, or I'm throwing it in the lake.
Bigfoot finally got the message. When Hal came back again, his uninvited guest, who spent a month at his lakefront cottage, was gone.
But the story doesn't end there.
No. According to this police report, on March 9th, 2003, nearly a month after Allard finally moved out, Hal came back to find his cottage flooded.
So right here, you would be in about ankle-deep water.
Hal says someone had turned off the furnace in his cottage and cranked on the water. According to his $1,300 water bill, 277,000 gallons of water had rushed through his home from a busted pipe.
10 stories tall of water went through the inside of this house.
And it wreaked havoc on Hal's cottage. So who could have possibly sneaked in and flooded Hal's cottage? According to the police report, Hal's neighbors saw that uninvited guest, Dave Hallard, break in the cottage again for what was perhaps one last parting shot. Now, Action News has learned another homeowner has accused Dave Allard of vandalizing a home, too. He's also been evicted before. Dave Allard has told police he did nothing wrong and points the finger back at Hal Stickney. In the meantime, Stickney's insurance company hasn't paid him a penny for the damages. His company says no one was supposed to be living in that cottage. Diana?
All right, thank you very much, Ray. Police are searching for a man suspected in a string of fast food robberies. Police believe the man in this surveillance video is 40-year-old Michael McIntosh. The man goes through the drive-thru window and either demands money at gunpoint or lunges through the window and tries to grab the cash drawer. Investigators say he has struck in Warren and Roseville and Southfield just this afternoon. Our own chief investigative reporter, Steve Wilson, was first to document how taxpayer dollars funded a multi-million-dollar mansion for the president of Eastern Michigan University. Samuel Kirkpatrick resigned, and now even his going-away party is a bust. Action News reporter Glenn Zimmerman is live in Ypsilanti with details. Glenn?
Good evening, Diana. That party was supposed to be going on inside this building right here, but the only thing happening at the Eagle Crest Golf Course is golf. It was to be a party, a time to say farewell to outgoing Eastern Michigan University President and Mrs. Samuel Kirkpatrick. The EMU Foundation, an organization that's mission is to raise money for the university, was hosting the party here at the school-owned golf club.
He was particularly close to the foundation because of his focus on raising funds for undergraduate student scholarships.
But not everyone sees the president as a jolly good fellow because of things they say happened during his administration.
This has been a dreadful abuse of the public trust and outrageous waste of taxpayers' money, and the last straw was over $500,000 to pay this scoundrel for leaving town.
Other people in the community agreed, so there was talk of a protest just outside of the party itself.
The foundation wanted to be sure that the Kirkpatricks left in a positive way, and they were concerned about it, so they decided to cancel the reception.
For months now, Action News chief investigative reporter Steve Wilson's been looking for answers at EMU. Answers about the school's major overfunding of this presidential palace. Answers about a $514,000 severance package for Dr. Kirkpatrick after the president resigned and found another job. And answers from EMU's Board of Regents with hopes of finding some level of accountability. At this point, the faculty's union has asked the governor to remove the chairman of the Board of Regents, among other things. We are waiting to hear from the governor as far as that goes. As far as this party goes, though, at this point it has not been rescheduled, not planned to be rescheduled. Now I understand that there won't be any extraneous costs associated with the cancellation. We're live here in Ypsilanti. I'm Glenn Zimmerman, Channel 7 Action News.
All right, thank you, Glenn. And coming up, Action News cameras are the only ones rolling when there's a security breakdown at the Democratic Convention. We'll tell you what was behind the decision to keep hundreds of people, including Governor Granholm, from going inside the convention. Now, here's Stephen in Boston. Stephen?
Michigan Senator Carl Levin was on that stage just a couple of minutes ago speaking. He's here live with us now. We'll talk to him about that experience and other news of the day when we come back.
Catherine's accused stalker and a death threat inside their chilling court papers. Then Julia's niece and Star Contracts next ET.
Tonight at 7:30 on 7.
Sorry, I was driving too fast.
No, my fault. You must be gelling, like Magellan.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles are so soft, they make any shoe feel outrageously comfortable. Are you gelling? Dr. Scholl's.
Start sleeping in style on a supersized luxury mattress set and save 50%. It's Art Van's supersized 50% off mattress set sale. Every Sealy, including Posturepedic and Stearns & Foster Queen and King mattress set is 50% off. Get the luxurious comfort, added support, and extra sleep space a larger size premium mattress provides at 50% off. Plus, you do not pay till 2006. And Mattress Express guarantees free next day delivery or your mattress is free. But hurry, the sale ends soon. Art Van, more style, more savings.
I was tired of dial-up. Just sitting here waiting for the internet to load. I couldn't stand it anymore. So I went online and signed up for SBC Yahoo DSL. It's super fast. And it's only $26.95 a month. This deal won't be around for long. So get on it fast.
Get lightning fast SBC Yahoo DSL for just $26.95 a month. Plus, for a limited time, for every qualifying SBC service you add on, we'll give you your pick of 3 hit DVDs.
Action News is brought to you in part by your Chrysler and Jeep Superstore.
Want more adventure this summer? Get more. You'll find it at the Jeep Summer Sales Drive, where you'll get hot deals on your favorite Jeep vehicles. Now during the Summer Sales Drive, returning Daimler Chrysler employee lessees can lease the very capable Jeep Liberty with outstanding towing capacity for just $169 a month. Nothing's more fun than summer in a Jeep Liberty. Now's the time, and your Chrysler and Jeep Superstore is the place. Want more? Get more. Hurry in during the Summer Sales Drive and get the best selection of Jeep vehicles.
Any discussion? Hearing none. The chair calls the question. All those in favor say aye.
We're joined live now by Senator Carl Levin of Michigan, who is just on this podium about 30, 40 minutes ago. How did you enjoy your carefully scripted and very tightly controlled 4 minutes?
We worked very hard on it, as a matter of fact. We spent a lot of time on writing it, rewriting it, because I wanted it to come from the heart, even though there weren't a whole lot of folks probably here at the time. Nonetheless, it meant something to me.
Your first convention was 1968 in Chicago. How different is this experience than that?
Well, this one now is, obviously, we have a candidate in advance that was decided by the Democrats across the country, so there hasn't been any drama in terms of who the candidate would be. So it's different from the older conventions in that regard, because the older conventions, many of them at least, you didn't know until you really got there, made procedural decisions, unpledged delegates made decisions as to who they were for.
In 1968, it was very tense. Tonight, it's just kind of frenetic.
It's always frenetic. Democratic convention by definition.
During your talk today, you talked about the war in Iraq. Now, that is something not a lot of people are bringing up this particular campaign. Why is that there isn't more talk about the war in Iraq?
I think it is actually a major issue for people across the country. I know it is in Michigan. And they want, first and foremost, to find ways to internationalize this effort, to attract other countries that have been turned off by our rhetoric or by our unilateral actions. And that's something which John Kerry can bring as somebody who has always believed in the importance of having allies, including Muslim countries, with us in this effort, but somebody who also has not burned bridges with those allies, as this administration too often has.
You talk about allies, but also there's a lot of complaint here this week that he's not even working very well with the American Congress.
Well, there's some truth to that, too, but more importantly, I think it is the life and death issues overseas that we need to pull together the international community, and that's going to take some change of attitude, I think, change of leadership.
Senator Carl Levin, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. Diana.
All right, thank you, Stephen. And coming up, I'm going to show you what landed Stephen on David Letterman's show. We'll be right back. Don't miss this.
Tonight, John Kerry's big day. Can he convince the American people he has what it takes to be president? And it's back on the money trail. It's the biggest bash of the week, and it's way over the top. Why some senators even skipped the convention for it. Watch World News Tonight with Peter Jennings in Boston.
Doppler 7 Weather is brought to you by Hanson's Windows and Siding. For windows and siding, Hanson's is the place.
Hi, this is Brian Elias, president of Hanson's Window and Siding. The one thing that I've learned is you have a choice. You have a choice of what company you choose to do your work for you.
I had 2 or 3 other window companies come out.
Why did you choose Hanson's?
Price, quality, the I2 glass compared second to none.
This week, when you buy 2 Hanson's windows, you get 1 free. You can't beat that anywhere.
Make sure that you call Hanson's.
Call right now. 833-222-44 Hanson's.
Log on to the 7 on Your Side Health Team website. It's your connection to information that'll improve your life. Reports from our health team and recipes from health experts. Go to WXYZ.com. Follow the links. Brought to you by Subway. Eat fresh.
With regular email, LOL stands for what? Lisa.
Laughing out loud.
Sad, isn't it? 3 letters can't capture laughter. The Comcast video mail can. Our world is vibrant and full of life. And now, so is our email. Wow.
Introducing Video Mail, only on Comcast high-speed internet. Call now for this great offer.
Prices are falling fast during the incredible price rollback sale at Value City Furniture.
Right now, save hundreds on this elegant yet earthy 2-piece living room with flared arms and cherry finish front rail.
Pay just $6.99 for the full-size decorator sofa and matching love seat.
Plus, buy now with no money down, no monthly payments, and no interest until 2005.
Don't miss the incredible price rollback sale going on now at Value City Furniture.
You just can't do any better.
This look at local stocks is brought to you by Standard Federal Wealth Management, helping you discover all that's possible with private banking, financial planning, brokerage, trust and investment services. Standard Federal, true possibility.
Right now, you can find the soul of a sports car in more new Mazdas than ever. And during Mazda's Choose and Cruise sales event, for a limited time, choose from a variety of offers on a great selection of new Mazdas, including low APR financing or great cash back or special lease offers. Like 0.0% limited term APR financing or up to $3,500 cash back. So no matter how you want yours, get to your Detroit area Mazda dealer for a test drive and cruise away with great savings. Hurry, these offers end soon.
The best cell phone calling plan for you, Friday at 6.
Coming up, the Home Gardener from Ray Wiegand's Nursery.
And Shay Ryan is in today for our chief meteorologist, Jerry Hodak. Shay, we had a great walk today. It was warm out there.
Oh, it was gorgeous. I hope Jerry's enjoying some of this weather, too. It's great to have it when you're off work. And as far as the weather goes, today we did make it up only to 80 degrees, a little below the average for this time of year. We started out this morning at 63 degrees, just about on target with average. Now, our temperatures are going to remain in the 80s for the next couple of days, but we'll see a little variation. Right now, we're at 76 degrees at Detroit Metro. Our winds are coming from the southeast at about 7 miles per hour, so that's keeping it pretty comfortable. Our humidity, though, has been on the rise this evening. Here you can see on the satellite and radar composite, we do have some cloud cover over our area, but we'll get some breaks. This band of moisture, this is associated with a fairly weak frontal system. It's going to move through the area dry tonight for us. But it's this batch of moisture that's going to begin building into our area tomorrow and will give us a chance for rain by the afternoon. But the soaking rains will come overnight. So for tomorrow, we're going to see that frontal system on top of us. It's going to push through the area. We'll have a chance for the afternoon showers and thunderstorms as that moisture builds in from the south. But really, again, the overnight rain is where it's going to become a bit more consistent and a bit heavier. We'll keep an eye on that for you and let you know, but at this time, it doesn't look like we'll see any severe storms out of it. For tonight, mixed skies, sometimes partly cloudy, sometimes mostly cloudy, and we'll reach a low of 66 by morning. Most of us are going to wake up to mostly cloudy skies. You may see a few moments of sunshine early in the day, but it's going to be a pretty cloudy day overall. 81 degrees as the high. The afternoon showers and thunderstorms will build in and become more prevalent as we continue through the night. And over the next 5 days, the rain will taper off early in the day Saturday with just a chance for hit-or-miss showers, so it won't be a complete washout this weekend. Sunday is looking dry and sunny, 84 degrees as the high. So best time to get the walk in, Diana, late in the day Saturday and Sunday.
Thank you, Shay.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Good.
A major security slip-up at the Democratic National Convention left hundreds of journalists locked out of important areas. Stephen Clark was behind the scenes, and he joins us now with an exclusive on what happened. Partner?
You know, Diana, we have talked all week long about how tight security is here at the center in Boston. Well, last night, it really got Okay, we've got our audio back. We talked about how tight security has been around here all this week, but last night it really got out of hand. There was an emergency lockdown of the Fleet Center, and nobody, I mean nobody, was getting in.
The Democratic National Convention hit critical mass last night. Boston's fire marshal decided there were too many people crammed into the Fleet Center's 5th and 6th floors, so he locked the doors. Journalists, politicians, didn't matter who you were, you weren't going in. Even one of the night's featured speakers.
Yes, I was locked out of the arena. As a matter of fact, as I was trying to get back in, I had to watch Edwards' speech on a TV screen.
Governor Granholm wasn't alone. Hundreds of people gathered around TV screens to watch John Edwards' speech, including Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick. Trouble was, the mayor was due on the 6th floor for a television interview with us, and we were locked out with him. After a while, the mayor's staff got a hold of Boston Mayor Tom Menino, who told police to let us in. Easier said than done.
But I got the mayor from Detroit trying to get into Menino's suite, and I'm outside of the suite on 6, and then I opened the door.
With the great lockout being documented by the History Channel, of all people, and the mayor's bodyguard pounding, an official finally waded through the crowd and let us in.
Wait a minute. The mayor Menino wants these people in here. Hold on.
The mayor said last night was a good example of what not to let happen in Detroit when the Super Bowl shows up there in about a year and a half. Diana?
All right, now, Stephen, there was a very familiar face on the David Letterman show last night when Biff, the stage manager, decided to have a little fun at the convention. Take a look at this. So tell us about that one, partner.
Well, I was just standing down on the floor, and Biff Henderson, that crazy stage manager for David Letterman, just comes walking up and starts patting me on the head. You know, when Biff Henderson pats you on the head, the best thing to do is just kind of hope he doesn't bite.
Leave it alone. That's right.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, Stephen. Well, just ahead, a past winner of the Buick Open is in the lead tonight. But first, Action News reporter Shay Ryan shows us how art can add the finishing touch to your garden.
Well, Amy, this week we don't have to worry about planting. We're just adding a lot of color to the garden without having to do that. Tell me about all these items out here.
It's a garden accessory, something that's going to reflect your personality, something fun, whimsical, or very traditional.
Right, what is this?
This is a geeky beak. And variety of colors and shapes, just something off the wall, kind of unusual.
It is very unusual, and it does add a lot of color, too. Now, you also have these gorgeous bird baths, and this one was very heavy, but you have some others in resin?
Lightweight resin, yes, a variety of different textures, styles, colors, something that's going to reflect, you know, whatever you're looking to achieve in your garden as far as accessorizing.
Something else you can find in resin, just like this sculpture here, this is pretty lightweight, which is nice.
Lightweight. Easy to pick up if you want to bring it in for the winter months.
Now, what about these globes, too? These are gorgeous, but do they have any purpose? Or?
Well, just, you know, some more garden art and something that dates back to Victorian times that can reflect your personality also.
All right, and what is this guy?
This is a copper spinner.
And that's exactly what it does.
And with the slightest breeze, it'll spin around.
These are really gorgeous, and they come in a lot of different sizes as well.
That's correct.
All right, so head on out to Ray Wiegand's nursery. You can pick up all kinds of garden art. Shay Ryan, Channel 7 Action News.
Having a garage sale this summer? Well, our Friday Money Man's going to show you what you need to make it a successful event.
Action News, Friday morning, starting at 5 a.m.
I take real pride in growing my perennials, don't you? And I go to get them at Ray Wiegand's nursery. Amy is a perennials expert. She always helps me pick just the right ones. And with over 500 varieties, they always have the answer. Ray Wiegand's nursery makes my life beautiful.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Wallside Windows. Most preferred, most referred, and celebrating their 60th year. Call 1-800-521-7800. Wallside Windows.
Saving so bright you'll have to wear shades. It's the summer sale at Gorman Southfield. Contemporary styling that sets you apart at super store-wide savings. Plus 12 months interest-free. The summer sale at Gorman Southfield. Different by design.
To win the war on terror, we have to be tough and smart. We have to rebuild our alliances because that's the best way to find and get the terrorists before they get us. America shouldn't have to carry the burden alone. And we have to strengthen our homeland security, protect our trains and our ports. We shouldn't be opening firehouses in Baghdad and closing them down in our own communities. I'm John Kerry, and I approve this message because a strong America begins at home.
Another baby shower, our 5th in a row. We can't help but feel obligated to go. Present after present, oohing and eyeing. You call this a luncheon? I'm starving. Finally, it's over. We have picked up the pace. There's a McDonald's 5 minutes from this place. Next stop, McDonald's for a premium salad with grilled or crispy chicken. And for those late-night cravings, most locations are open until midnight or later. I'm loving it.
It's corn that's been pulverized and pressed into flakes. I call them corn flakes. Really quite delicious.
You never know when a golden opportunity will come your way, like the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Get your favorite Lexus vehicle at an incredible price.
Dick, they'll be bottling water.
See Lexus of Lakeside and Southfield and Lexus of Ann Arbor.
Step out of the sun and into the fun for the most remarkable savings celebration, the summer sale at Gorman's. Store-wide savings you have to see to believe, plus 12 months interest-free. The summer sale on now at a Gorman's near you.
Healthy Living for Kids, Sunday, August 29th at the Belle Isle Casino.
A past winner is the leader, and he's smooth.
He is, Di. Nothing gets by you. Vijay Singh, the leader after the first round of the Buick. He shot a 63. That's 9 under par. Olin Brown's a shot back. Jim Furyk 3 back. Tiger Woods 5 behind. Here's Vijay on the 18th hole. His second shot, he shot a 29 on the back 9. That's 7 under on the back 9 because of shots like this one right here. And, of course, he made that short 5-foot birdie putt. Defending champ Jim Furyk, a very good opening round for him. His second of the par 4 14th. This one comes on the green, just juices back a few feet away. He is 6 under par. Now Tiger with a long birdie putt on 18. It goes. Not bad for Tiger, a 65. He's chasing Vijay, who is already thinking about tomorrow's round.
I just have to go out there tomorrow, and I know when I tee you up in the afternoon, I may not be the leader. You know, but you have to go out there and take your chances when you can. And I'm playing well, so I'm just going to be patient and try to make as many birdies as I can.
Kind of what they try to do every day. Wings GM Kenny Holland has been busy today. He re-signed Jason Williams to a one-year deal. Alex Rodriguez of the Yankees and Boston catcher Jason Varitek have been suspended for 4 games, and they've been fined for starting this big brawl in Boston last weekend. Some of the guys suspended for 3 games. Just about every single one of them are appealing. Eli Manning, the #1 pick of San Diego, who was then traded to the Giants, has signed a 6-year deal worth $54 million. He got the biggest rookie signing bonus ever, $20 million. His brother Peyton of the Colts got $34.5 million in his bonus contract from Indy in the last deal. He signed. The Tigers get the White Sox down at Comerica tonight. We'll have highlights at 10 and 11.
All right, thank you, Don. Now let's go back out to Boston and check in with Stephen Clark for a final wrap-up of what's going on. Stephen?
Well, Diana, you say final. This is the final night, of course, of the Democratic National Convention. The moment all these people have been waiting for. John Kerry will take the stage at 10 o'clock tonight. He's not really talking to them because they already want him to be president. There's a very small slice of the American public that has not made up its mind yet. He'll be talking to those people. This will be the first chance all of America will have to see 1 hour or so of John Kerry absolutely unedited and unfiltered. Arguably the most important speech of his career. Of course, we will be back after that at 11 o'clock tonight with a look at what he said and reaction to it. Diana?
All right, Stephen, when I called you the other night, you told me your dogs were barking. Have you had a chance to rest your feet yet?
No, we have not. We've been putting some long hours, but then all these people have been.
All right, thank you, Stephen, and thank you for looking in. Have a good evening, everyone. We'll see you later.
This has been a presentation of 7 Action News on your side. More people in Michigan get their news from 7 Action News than any other source.
When you're looking for a Pontiac GMC, the People's Choice is Jim Crosby. A leader of the pack. Price selection and great service. See why the People's Choice is Jim Crosby.
Official WCSX Gratiot Cruise Party headquarters for Sunday, August 1st from 12 to 3 p.m.
Homeowners, Perfect Mortgage introduces the fastest way to borrow money, the Green Light Loan. Bad credit, green light, then turn down, green light, out of options, green light. That's right, for one more day, your loan has a green light with no red tape. Approved in 60 minutes or less. The best rate anywhere, just 3.9%. Plus your appraisal's free. But call now, 1-800-PERFECT. Because tonight at 8, the green light turns red and everything stops. Perfect Mortgage, the fastest way out of debt ever.
If you're a parent, they're probably your 3 favorite words. Back to school. But before anyone goes back anywhere, to the Arts and Clearance Center.
They've got all kinds of furniture perfect for a dorm or study. Need a computer desk or leather desk chair? These are just $48 each. And this 4-drawer chest, a mere $39.